Hello everyone, this is Xephyr here and welcome back to Demon Souls. So in this video we're going to be continuing through the first area of the Boletarian Palace. The last thing we did is we helped out Ostrava, and now he's pathing through an area where he's safe, mainly because we cleared out all the enemies beforehand. I'm once again going to stress, if you want to save Ostrava, I suggest taking the path that I did. It's very difficult if you jump down and get him to leave his perch before clearing out the enemies, because he does not have a ton of health and he's not good at fighting. He will most likely die. So if you clear out the enemies first, he's safe and you should be good. And then you move forward. Alright, so you can see our first wyvern there, the blue one. And yes, they're wyverns. They only have 2 feet. They don't have arms, so their like hand claws are attached to their wings, which means they're wyverns. The game calls them dragons. They're not, technically. So there's a bunch of enemies here, and there's balls there. Time for fun. You have to be careful here though, because you can actually get hit by those balls if you're not careful. Like, even if you're to the side, sometimes their hitboxes will hit you. Maybe the remake fixed that, but I remember many times accidentally getting hurt by those balls because I wasn't far enough back when I released them. But they're an easy way to clear out all these. And now you don't have to fight through this tiny little corridor full of enemies. Oh, we got us an enemy. Well, now we got us a dead enemy. You tried, man. You tried. Wine door there. Oh, crap. Where'd you come from? Well, he's got a lot of health. Soldier's Lotus. I already read one of those with the merchant. Alright, let's go this way. Man, this all looks so great with these new graphics. It's phenomenal. Alright, so here's where that wyvern roost was. As I mentioned in the last video, if you die, all those enemies come back and Ostrava doesn't wait for you. So we're not going to chance dying here. I know there's a lot of items over there, and it looks like a nice thing to try. I'm not doing that right now. I do not want to die and risk Ostrava not surviving. So we're going to just keep moving forward. We could still totally die to something else, but I'm hoping not. Okay. Oof, so many enemies there. A lot of archers. This is not the most fun spot. Why is this one guy in the front not coming after me, but a guy behind him is? Oh, there's our wyvern friend. I did not mean to push forward, but that's alright. That happens. In every Souls game I play, sometimes I accidentally do the push or kick when I don't mean to. Why are there so many archers? Dude, the last thing I need is for you to be attacking me while there's freaking arrows coming at me. This is always tough. So what we want to do, the goal here, and you probably, if you've played Dark Souls, you know what the goal here is, because it's the same. They repeated that from Demon Souls in Dark Souls 1. Come on. Where is he? There he is. Man, he takes forever. I don't remember it taking that long. No. Getting hit by an arrow is bad. But that should clear out the majority of our friends up there. Oh, he's doing it again? See, this is the problem now, though, is if he keeps repeating that, it's very hard to sprint past. I'm hoping he'll go away for a bit. No, he's not. Fantastic. Let's try and run a little further away. Because when he's not there, and he goes back to his roost, which I wonder if we could actually force by going to his roost. He takes a long time to get there. And that's when you can get past. If he's constantly repeating, it's not so easy. The time between when he goes by and when you can get to the other end is very short. And if you're wearing any armor... Okay, he's back over here. If you're wearing any armor that is slowing you down, like if you're over 50% equip burden, I think you can make it, but it's real close. So you have to time it real perfect. It's much easier if he's not there. And this is the problem, though. He didn't kill everything, so you have to dodge arrows as you're going. Because the goal is just to run past these two, because the flames don't hit back here. And now you're safe. And it's cool to see him, but he'll just fly away because we're not on the bridge anymore. Now we can go and take care of these guys. He'll come back, but we should be in a safe spot. Except when this guy's stupid and goes over there. Did he leave again? I think he did. Yeah, he did. Alright. Try and kill this dick of an archer. No. Nope, we're dead. We died. No, he died. Okay. Whew. Oh, that scared the crap out of me. That stupid archer just staggered me at just the worst time. I want those items, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to get them. I have to go behind him, and it's tough to do without dying. Crescent Moon Grass ×2. Yeah, I'm not sure the other one's worth risking. Maybe we'll come back in a bit. Let's finish some other stuff first. Alright, Unknown Warrior Soul ×1. I really want that other item, but I might just feel the need to go all the way around to get it so that I can safely grab it. Okay, so you should remember that gate, because that is the front gate of the castle, the one that was closed when we started this area. We finally have that open, though there's an ominous spear that's been thrown out. Oh, crap. Hello. Okay. Mailbreaker. I didn't know those could drop that. That's kind of cool. Oh, that terrible roll. Okay. Pine resin ×4. That's nice. Need to really use those. Nothing wrong with buffing my weapon, but I really don't need the extra damage right now, so I haven't been, but it wouldn't hurt, especially when fighting things that are semi-dangerous. Son of a butt munch. Where did you come from? That's the other thing. This game, Demon's Souls, has a lot of tight corners where you just, like, wander around and then all of a sudden, oh look, an enemy who's come to kick your butt. Ooh, okay, there's the door. Alright. As long as I kill one, the other one shouldn't be too bad. That's gonna be a problem, though. Alright. Did not see you. You almost got me. Good job, but you failed. Yeah, this game's really dark. Even without adjusting the brightness down, it's still really dark. Oh, come on. Okay. What? Oh my gosh. I don't know why I'm missing him, but the game does not want me to hit him. Okay, Crescent Moon Grass. Is that it? Just the Crescent Moon Grass? Okay. So here's our first demon-like enemy. This is a hoplite. Getting behind it is somewhat difficult, but you need to get behind it because it's got that shield in front. There we go. Okay, easy enough. So that's what that hoplite shield that we had in our storage is from. It's one of those guys. Unknown Hero Soul. I don't think there's anything over here to cut, but you can see we're on the other side of the gate now. We're approaching being back at the beginning of the area. Okay, nothing there. Ooh, 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 ooh. I almost dropped. That would have been bad. Whew. Care of that. Doesn't look like there's anything else down here. We can open this gate. This is the final shortcut for this part of the area. Also get some half moon grass. 3 of them there. Alright, and you can see we're now back at the beginning. Okay, so what we're going to do, because you can see there's a fog there now, we're going to go back around the long way and get that item that was on the bridge, because we should be able to get it from this side without getting killed by the wyvern. Because I do want to get it, because it's most likely just like some crescent moon grass, but there's always a possibility it's an item, like a spear or armor or a shield or something. I don't know what all they've added to the remake that wasn't in the original game, and I don't remember what all the drops are for every enemy, so to me, it's totally worthwhile to go back and just pick up that item to make sure that we get it. And I'm pretty certain it was dropped by an enemy. It wasn't one that's static and you can just pick up if we were to leave the area. I'm pretty certain if we reloaded the area, it would be gone. So I want to make sure we go and grab it. Right, go down here. It's been so long since I've played Demon Souls that I don't quite remember where everywhere leads anymore. I remember some things, like I get like moments of, I remember this, but I still don't have the maps memorized anymore, which is kind of a great thing. Things are new again, which is fantastic. It's amazing how much faster you can get through the level when there aren't a bunch of enemies getting in your way. Whoa. I thought the game was going to crash. I was going to be really upset. I was going to be really, really upset. I don't know what happened there, but that seemed bad. That's the first I've ever seen of that happening. So that was not my recording, that was literally the game. So don't worry, it wasn't just you. I saw that massive stutter as well. Alright, it's just Crescent Moon Grass. It's kind of like whatever. Was it worth it? Probably not. But still, like I said, you never know. Who knows, it could have had some new weapon. Whether it's likely or not doesn't really matter. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll head back to the beginning of the area, and then we'll be able to take on the the boss for this area, which would technically be our second boss in the game. Gotta be careful, because now I'm going a direction that I didn't go last time, and I'm gonna end up accidentally walking off something I don't mean to. Like I said, if you die before finishing the area, even with the shortcuts, while the shortcuts are nice for me, that does not help me save Ostrava. He will get slaughtered. I wonder if we can see him pathing from up here. Just to make sure he's safe. Where is he? There he is. See? He's safe and sound. Good. We know that he's okay. The merchant's over there. Don't need him either. Right. Yes, I know where we are now. Okay. This way. Head on down. Just be careful as I go so I don't accidentally run off a ledge and die. Oh, that's right. We have to read the telescope. All right, let me do that in a moment. I forgot we got that. I should have read that in the last video and I forgot. So let's read it now. Breast telescope gives a clear view of distant scenery. A rare trinket which employs concave glass that allows one to view distant scenes as clear as day. Possibly originated in the relatively advanced region to Boletaria's south. So what this does is let's realign this. And then where is breast telescope? There it is. Okay. So if we use it, you pull it out. You look through it. That's not what I thought it would do. I swear there's a way to... Okay, yeah, you can zoom in and out with the D-pad. That's not what I meant to do either. So yeah, it just lets you zoom in on things and look around, which is pretty cool. You can check out the scenery. It doesn't really have much of a use, though. So I'm going to take it off our item menu so it's not getting in the way. But yeah, it's pretty cool to have. Okay. So this spear also looks amazing. It always looked okay in the original game, but this looks fantastic. It's so menacing. And you can see the sludge coming off of it, so you should have an idea of what we're up against here. But it's finally time to take on the next boss. And that is Phalanx. So Phalanx is interesting because Phalanx is just like, it's covered in hoplites. It's using hoplites to defend itself. However, the Phalanx is not a hoplite. Now what's kind of cool is all the hoplites that are around the area, they will attack you, they can throw spears at you, but also you get souls for killing them. So it's kind of worthwhile to take out as many as you can. But you can kind of see here where there's this open spot, you can see that Phalanx is just kind of this like demon in the middle that's got this glowy center with some branches curling around it. And it's just made of sludge. The hoplites are their own separate thing. So this battle is going to take a little longer than it should because I want to kill the hoplites as much as I can. It's tough though because you have to hit them in the right spot from behind to actually kill them. If you hit them from the side or the front, they're just going to deflect your attack. I'm trying to target one of them, but it's not targeting the right one. So they're also really weak to fire. So fire bombs and pine resin are really useful for this fight. As is not getting slaughtered like that. Alright, let's try and clear this out a bit. As you can see, firebombs are nice because they will go through the shield. If you can hit multiple, that's good. It also does a lot of damage to Phalanx itself. Problem is, I used a lot of firebombs already for other things, so I don't have a ton of them. But you know, we got a few. It'll still help. Ooh, that did really well. Okay, so we've killed quite a few of them, but we still got a large number of them over here. And they'll slough off and rejoin up with Phalanx as the battle goes on. What? How did I even bounce off? And the battle, sadly, the longer it goes on, the easier it gets, because hopefully you're killing these hoplites, so there's less of them to get in your way. Instead, using pine resin helps. Because you can do more damage even when you deflect. Problem is, switching between them is tough, because there's so many. Ah, shoot. But if you can get behind them... What? How did that hit me? Really? So you can kill... Oh god, I thought I died for some reason. I was like, what? Did I just lose all my health just in one go? That'd be ridiculous. But they do like to hit you from afar, which kind of sucks. Because you'll be going to do something, and then some other ones that are further away will hit you, as you can see. Like, where are these at that they're hitting me from there? But it's not tough. I'm just making stupid little mistakes here and there. So you'll see that one's running to rejoin. God dang it, the one behind me is blocking my attacks. But you can see they also drop items, so you can get a lot of items this way too. So there's definitely reason to kill as many of the hoplites as possible. It's definitely worth it. Problem is, once they don't really come off and you just have to fight Phalanx, it makes it a little tougher. But come on, really? What? What even? Okay, whatever. Whatever, game. Do that, that's fine. That is frustrating beyond belief. I will kill as many of these as possible. Because it is worth it. Let's heal. Apply turpentine. Try and get on the other side of some of these. I love the new fire effects too. They look really good. Ooh, stamina's almost out. I know this is silly, but like I said, it's nice getting those souls early on. And yes, you can always go through the area again and get souls and stuff, but it's just kind of fun. I just enjoy it. It also is fun to see the Phalanx become less and less of a threat and become just so much more vulnerable because you took out all of its defense. Come on, stamina, recover. And there's only one left. So that's awesome. Oh, and it just sloughed off, it looks like. Alright, and that just leaves the Phalanx, which is defenseless now. Sounds like a woman, honestly. I never really noticed that. Turpentine would make this faster, but there's no real point in using it because it can't defend itself. But you can see it actually has a decent amount of health. And this is just abuse at this point, unfortunately. But the souls were nice. And we'll get a bunch of items after this. And there it goes. Demon vanquished. You shall obtain the demon soul and a power beyond human imagination. Body restored. You have regained your body. Bring more souls. Slayer of demons. As well as 1,270 souls. Okay, so now we can go and grab all the items that the hoplites dropped. So Sharpstone Shard. Another Sharpstone Shard. Hardstone Shard. And a Sharpstone Shard. So you also notice we're back in our body. We got our body form back for beating the boss. And I think it'll be hard to show, but tendency should be higher. So areas should look a bit whiter. If it's still like it used to be, Phalanx is the only boss that when you beat it, it raises every world's tendency towards white. It's the only one that does it. Every other boss only raises the tendency of the world it resides in, but Phalanx actually raises the tendency of all worlds. So we got our body back. We got some souls. We raised the world tendency a bit. We got some other items. And now we can grab the boss soul from here. So we got the lead demon soul. The soul of the Phalanx demon, a source of great power, consumed to gain a large number of souls. Certain demon souls transmute into magic, miracles, or weapons. And this one's purple. Okay, so what we can do now is we can touch the Archstone and we'll be heading back to the Nexus. So this is the first area complete. We did it. It takes a while. I mean, this was multiple recordings just to get through this, but it's cool. I love the areas. The exploration's fantastic, and there's just so much to do, and it's so beautiful. And Blue Point has made it even more beautiful than it was before. But for now, we're going to head back to the Nexus, and by doing that, Ostrava should no longer be in this area, so if we revisit it, we don't have to worry about him dying, which is nice. So we have a couple options here. The Gates of Boletaria will just take us to the Archstone that we were at before. There's now the Lord's Path, which we just unlocked. It says, Archstone of the Phalanx Demon. Past the huge gates of Boletarian Palace lies what is now a feeding ground for dragons, the Cliff Pathway, which leads to the Inner Ward, where knights make their abode. And then the last option is the Nexus. The sacred space, which holds together the northern land of Boletaria, connects to all other Archstones across the earth. The Old One is contained inside the Nexus, where the Monumental awaits the Slayer of Demons. Oh, this is interesting. It says that the other Archstones are spread across the earth. I always thought that all the areas were like near Boletaria, but it sounds like when we go to the other regions, they're nowhere near Boletaria, the way that makes it sound. Huh. I might have to look up a map of the world at some point just to see. Because, like I said, I thought all these areas, because they said that you could, that Valorfax broke free from the fog to tell people of the Old One and what King Allant did. But you would think if the Archstones are across the earth that everyone would know about the fog. Unless the fog is only affecting Boletaria and the other areas just have demons around, but that doesn't make sense. So I'm not quite sure, but the way this says, it sounds like all across the world is where the Archstones are. So we must not be staying in one specific region. We must be traveling across a bunch of different regions via the Nexus. Huh. Learned something new.
Welcome back. The Monumental awaits the above. monumental will explain the nexus to thee.
Okay. So now we can move forward with some stuff. We're going to talk to everyone first, so we'll start with the Maiden in Black.
The monumental awaits thee above. The monumental will explain the nexus to thee.
So this is interesting. Her lips don't move. And the way her voice sounds, she seems to be telepathically talking to us. Every other NPC's mouth moves when they talk, but not hers. And no one else has that kind of airy sound to them. So I wonder if she is mute and has to use telepathy to talk to us. That's certainly interesting.
Still alive? I am impressed. This is something that might interest you. The black-robed maiden of the Nexus looks after the flames. She's the morose one, with eyes sealed, compacted by wax. She can control souls like no other. Bring her the souls of men and demons, and she will embolden your flesh and blood with their power. But beware, do not decay into a foul beast.
Okay, do you have anything else to say?
What's happened? Have you lost your nerve? No matter. Have a seat. We can sit here forever. At least we will be safe.
It's so sad and dismal, but at the same time, he's right. We could technically just sit there because our souls are linked to the Nexus. But obviously that's not what we're going to do. But it's such a sad thought. But it's also interesting since, as I mentioned before, at least I think I mentioned him before, in Dark Souls, you can't just sit around. If you don't do stuff, you'll lose your mind and go truly hollow. Where here, you just, if you're a body form, you'd eventually decay and die, but your soul would be trapped and you'd just be in soul form. So we technically aren't in complete danger because we could just sit and wait, but obviously that's a very cowardly thing to do.
What's happened? No matter. At least we...
Okay, so that's his dialogue. So let's talk to Stockpile Thomas here, and we'll also drop some stuff off.
That ornament. That belongs to my daughter. Then she didn't make it after all. My dearest little baby. May she rest in peace. May I ask a favor? Would you mind giving me that hair ornament? I'd like to have it in memory of my daughter.
So yes, we're going to give it to him, but this is why I was talking about those bodies being important. The two bodies that we cut down were his wife and daughter. And in the original Demon Souls, they were just generic bodies, but Bluepoint actually went through and they gave them unique bodies and changed them to the correct gender because they were just male generic bodies in the original game. They made them unique female bodies. And so I think that's a really cool detail that they did, is that those were Stockpile Thomas's family, and they actually made sure that they were unique as part of that story. And so that's really nice. Now, we are going to give him the Jade Hair Ornament, because it'd be terrible for us not to. Give him the memento of his daughter so he can at least remember her. It is awful that he abandoned them, but, you know, fear will drive you to do terrible things sometimes. And so he obviously regrets it, and he is sad, and we will give him that ornament.
You're a saint. Thank you. Thank you so much. I mustn't forget. It's not much, but please accept this as thanks. I found it discarded on the main road. It might look ordinary, but it seems to possess a strange power. Anyway, I feel that you should have it. It will be happier in your hands.
Right, so for giving him the Jade Hair Ornament, he gave us a Ring of Herculean Strength. So where the jade hair ornament has no use to us, this actually has huge use. And actually, we can take off our cling ring because we're in body form now, so the cling ring does nothing for us. But the ring of Herculean strength raises item carry capacity, so this increases our item burden level. Long ago, Stockpile Thomas found this ring lying on the road, raises item carry capacity. So that's pretty cool. We don't need it right now, but it can come in handy if you're in an area and you fill up your item burden and there's still more items to pick up. You can throw this on to increase your carry capacity to pick up those items. Or if you just want more carry capacity to carry more consumables and stuff, you can do that. Oh, excuse me. You can do that too.
Hello again. I'm keeping a close watch on your belongings, don't you worry.
Alright, let's see if he has any other dialogue.
If only something could be done to help him.
He does not. Okay. So, organized storage. We have some stuff we can drop off. We don't really need the Soldier's Lotus, so we'll drop that off for now. We don't need the... Actually, you know what? What am I doing? I should keep those, just in case. It would be stupid to get rid of them and then find out we need them later. We can't use magic right now, so we'll go ahead and deposit these aged spice. We'll drop these souls because we don't need them at the moment. And obviously the lead demon soul we'll leave behind because we don't need that at the moment either. We can leave the stone shards. We won't be using the bastard sword. We won't be using the scimitar. We already have a mail breaker, so we can store those two. I'll keep the crossbow on me just in case. I'd rather use a normal bow, but we don't have one yet, so we'll stick with those for the moment. We'll drop off this armor set. We'll keep all the rings on us because you never know when they're going to be helpful. But that did get our item burden down a decent amount. So we should be good with him for now.
You have a heart of gold. Don't let them take it from you.
So that's new. He didn't say that before when we left. Let's see if our blacksmith friend has anything new to say.
Oh, good day to you. I can forge weapons for you for a fair price. I'll be thankful that I can do anything for you at all.
Nope,
in this
nothing new.
forsaken place.
Okay.
No, interesting. I can tell you're not going to last long here.
Yeah, whatever. Alright, anything new from her?
Back in the time that I lived below Boletaria Castle, King Alan left on some strange business, then returned with horrible demons in tow. Soon, the land was ravaged by soul-starved madmen. My spine shudders just to think about it. If I did not have my miracle stone shard, keepsake of my grandfather, I may not have survived. If I did not have my miracle stone
Okay.
shard.
So she did have new dialogue. Interesting. So she was around in the castle when King Alliant came back after awakening the old one. So we got two new NPCs over here, so let's chat with them.
Oh, you must be another disciple of God.
I am not.
I too am on a quest to fight the demons in the name of the Lord.
That's not what I'm doing.
May I share God's power with you? Do not be bashful. We are both cut from the same cloth.
We are not, but I still want to learn spells. So he can teach miracles. We'll finish his dialogue first, though.
A miracle is a heavenly act, but spells are the acts of demons, the work of soul arts. They have similar effects, and yet one is clearly evil, and the other is clearly good.
It's not that black and white.
Magicians, in the end, are mere servants of the demons.
And it's not correct.
A miracle is a heavenly act.
Okay, that's all he has to say.
Magicians, in the end.
Alright, so he can teach us miracles. Obviously, you have to pay him souls. So for someone who says that soul arts are bad, he wants souls. But he has Hidden Soul, Evacuate, Heal, and Antidote. Hidden Soul, a new miracle discovered in Boletaria, subdues the caster's essence, reducing the chance of detection by black phantoms. The perilous black phantoms that wander the lands of Boletaria are enemies of God and man alike. And you cast miracles with talismans. I guess I should mention that too. Evacuate, a new miracle discovered in Boletaria, transports the caster back to the Nexus. So this works like the Nexial Binding, except you don't lose your souls when you use it. The Nexus lures and imprisons the most powerful souls, and this miracle works by manipulating this phenomena. Heal, elementary miracle, restores the caster's HP. A succinct display of God's power, a great friend to warrior clerics who have departed on long journeys of solitude. Antidote, elementary miracle, cures poison. Wow, that did not tell us much. So I would love to buy probably either antidote or heal, but the problem is I don't have a talisman, so even if I bought it and attuned it, because I do have one memory slot, I would not be able to use it. So one of the things you can see on the side, and there's not an easy way to show this, but all of these take one memory slot. The way you know that is where it says memory slots on the right, there's only one icon there. Some spells and miracles will take up more than one memory slot. It also says the number of memory slots under how many souls it costs to purchase. There's that icon, it says 1. So that's good to know. But yeah, we're not going to buy any of these because we can't cast them even if we did buy them. If we went here, you can attune miracles. There are no miracles to attune, obviously. But we have one slot, so we could attune one single slot miracle. But there's no point at the moment.
I see. You wish to train yourself in stoicism. Very well. I pray we meet again.
Okay, so next we've got this guy.
I have sinned. I swore allegiance to Saint Urbain, but was of no use to him. And now I have run away and abandoned his augustness. O Lord, punish me, for I have not the strength to punish myself. Oh, august one, I hesitate to imagine your present state. Deep within the darkness, where no light shall ever shine, will you continue to pray, even in such misery? Oh, august one.
Okay.
Deep will you continue to pray?
So we got through his dialogue. All right, so there's no one else on this side, so let's go check the other side. I believe there should be another NPC over there now. Yeah, okay.
Are you here to face the demons? If so, please free Sage Frake the Visionary from his cell in Latria. I will help you, however I can. I can teach you elementary spells. Sage Frake is a gleaming hope for humankind, but I have not the power to save him alone.
Okay, so he can teach us magic, or attune magic, but let's finish his dialogue.
Master Frake is a great man who has systemized the magic of the soul arts to make it possible for human imitation. By observing the state of Boletaria and the demons within it, he is likely to pave the way for greater things. All the more reason that I must meet Master Frake as soon as possible. All the more reason
Okay.
that I...
So he has some spells. So Soul Arrow, Flame Toss, Enchant Weapon, which is one of the ones I really want, Familiar's Prank, Cloak, Protection, and Water Veil. So Soul Arrow. Standard magic fires a Soul Arrow. Soul Arrows inflict magic damage, making them effective against targets that are resistant to physical attacks, such as metal armor and hard scales. Flame Toss. Standard magic emits a stream of fire, explodes upon impact, inflicting fire damage to the target, often the first spell learned by aspiring magicians. Enchant Weapon. Advanced magic. Use catalyst equipped in the left hand to enchant weapon equipped in the right. Enchanted weapons have magical properties, making them more effective at inflicting damage to metal armor and hard scales, which are normally resistant to physical attacks. So that's cool because you can take and put magic on your weapon, so you'll still do the same physical damage you did before, but it'll also add magic damage. Familiar's Prank. Support magic. Emits a loud sound in a separate location. Has no direct effect on foes, and thus requires imagination to be applied to sound effect. So this is useful because it acts similar to Soul Remains, where you use it and then enemies will be attracted to the sound rather than you. So as you can see in the little video off to the right, the enemies immediately attack the sound instead of continuing towards the character. Cloak. Support magic. Masks the caster's presence, making it easier to sneak up on enemies from behind or to flee unannounced. I do believe this stacks with the Thief's Ring and is actually more powerful than the Thief's Ring, even though it has a similar effect, but the Thief's Rings isn't as powerful or potent. This is a much more potent version, but I do think they stack. Protection. Advanced magic reduces damage taken, only effective against physical attacks. Again, another spell I wouldn't mind learning. Water Veil. Support magic. Blankets the caster in a liquid membrane, reducing damage taken from fire. Fire is a common form of attack, whether magical or otherwise, making this magic quite broadly useful. Alright, and that's all he's got.
I see. Suit yourself. Just ensure that you rescue Sage Frake as quickly as possible.
Again, I'd love to buy your spells, but I don't have a catalyst, so I wouldn't be able to cast them even if I knew them, so there's no point. Alright, so now, I think that's everybody. So we can head up. And let's check if there's anyone new here. No. One of the other reasons I love the Nexus is with how giant it is, there's almost no one in it, and it's kind of shows how few people have survived the fog and the demons. It just gives you kind of this like foreboding feeling because there's just so few people around. This immense building and then like no one here. So we came up here before and there was a door blocking our path. We can now pass. The door is open. Or gone, it seems. So when we come up here, we can see this statue here. And this area is a bit creepy. So first of all, we could fall off here. I don't remember if there's a reason to do that or not. It looks like you'd just die. Yeah, it looks like you just die. Yeah, because it just takes us down to where the stairs were there. So yeah, don't fall off that. You'll die. I believe you'll die. But this is sad because look at all these corpses. There's one there. That's who we're going to talk to. But otherwise, there's just so many that are here that are just, they're dead. Their candles are all out and they're dead.
We have long awaited you, Slayer of Demons. I am one of the Monumentals. We preserve the fabric of reality. There is a tale I wish to tell you. Once, we too a scourge of demons faced. In the distant past, under benevolent rule, the world was united owing to the soul arts. Until a lust for power caused the awakening of the Old One. Across the land seeped a colorless, deep fog, and the world faced extinction at the hands of the demons. Thanks be, we were able to lull the Old One back to its slumber, yet only after the loss of innumerable souls, and most of the world, lost, erased by the fog. In order to mend the fabric of what lands still remained, we entrusted 6 leaders with 6 precious archstones. One to the king of a small yet industrious land. One to the king of the burrowers underground. One to the wise queen of the great ivory tower. One to the chieftain of lost and ill-fortuned souls. One to the shaman of the tempest-worshipping shadowmen. And the last to the great giants of the northern lands. The archstones were placed in the fringelands that survived. We contained the Old One here below the Nexus, and prohibited the soul arts. Finally, we became monumentals, half-living sentinels of the fabric of reality. Alas, the other monumentals have perished, and only I remain.
So the Monumental is much like the Maiden in Black. He seems to speak telepathically to us. That's interesting. By the power of the Monumental, the 4 sealed Archstones have been unlocked. So before, the only place we could go was the Archstone we went through. Now we can go through any of them.
Now it is your turn. You must lull the old one back to its slumber and seal it away for all eternity. If not, a deep fog will absorb all that we know. Have you the strength to bear this burden?
Accept the mission. Yep.
Yes. We are fortunate indeed to have you. Now, go forth and destroy every last demon. The old one, without demons to feed its souls, will a new servant seek and lure you to its bosom.
Alright, so let's see if he has any more dialogue.
We neutralize the old one and ban the soul arts. Then we spread the archstones, and in order to mend reality, monumentals we became. However, man's memory of history is ever short, and before long he repeated his mistakes. The monumentals perished, and the archstones were long forgotten. And the short-sighted King Alant once again roused the old one.
So interesting. What it sounds like is the world was mostly destroyed at one point, so they put the Archstones out so people could still travel. But then over time, as monumentals, they were able to repair the world, and the world kind of came back to being whole. And now it's falling apart again thanks to King Alant waking up the old one, and that's why we have to use the Archstones again instead of just traveling between areas. So that's interesting. And the reason I say that that must be what happened is he said they became monumentals to mend the world, so that implies that they were fixing it. But also, you would think people would remember all the things if they had a bunch of just the planet that was missing because of the fog, and they'd know about the fog, so it must have gone away, they must have been able to repair the world, and now it's just history's repeating itself.
The monumentals perished, and the archstones were long forgotten. And the short-sighted king...
Okay, so that's the end of his dialogue. Okay, so we can look around here. There's an item down there, so we'll just run around real quick. Stone of Ephemeral Eyes. These are super useful. But look at all these dead monumentals. I mean, they showed how many there were in the cutscene, but still, just look at this. They're just this horrible. Okay, Stone of Ephemeral Eyes. Use in soul form to resurrect one's body. Stone of Ephemeral Eyes, an eye stone on the verge of crumbling, has the power to restore one's corporeal form. Can only use in soul form. Once used, it crumbles into nothing. So this is a consumable that will put you back in body form if you're in soul form. These are extremely useful for manipulating world tendency, most notably to get to pure black. Because, as I mentioned before, the only way to move world tendency towards black is to die in body form, so you have to continually put yourself back in body form to continue to move tendency towards black. And so those Stones of Ephemeral Eyes are the easiest way to do that, because the only other way to get your body form is to do co-op and beat a boss, or just beat a boss on your own. Well, if you're out of bosses and co-op's not working out for you, then Stones of Ephemeral Eyes will do it. And Stones of Ephemeral Eyes are easier to use because you just use them in your body form. You don't have to succeed at beating a boss in any way. So we're just going to head up real quick. If you come up here, you get to go to the Pantheon, and I'm just going to show you that real fast. Touch door to Pantheon. Touch door to Pantheon? Yes. Okay, so the Pantheon is just kind of like an area to show off achievements of the people who've played online. So you can see all these phantoms that have been saved. So I think that's mainly probably just co-op of some sort. And then on this side is beating the game, I believe. Destroyer of the world? No, that can't be right. I don't know what that is. But in any case, it just lets you see all the different players online as well as some of your own characters that have done different things. Now, in the original game, the problem with the Pantheon is that people cheated a lot, and so the Pantheon, anything that wasn't involved in your own character... Ooh, another Stone of Ephemeral Eyes. Anything that wasn't your own character pretty much was just full of people who cheated, which got really sad. When the game first released, it wasn't that way, but not long after the game released, it turned into that. So that's the only thing that's a little sad, is that it just was full of people who had cheated. And the main reason you knew it was people who cheated is because they had like the maximum number of souls and were the max level. You have no idea how long it takes to get to the max level legitimately. It is... You'd be playing for a long, long time. Most people get nowhere near the max level, ever. I don't know if anyone's ever gotten to the max level legitimately. I'm sure there are people who have, but they're going to be rare. I know I've never gotten to the max level because I only play legitimately, and it would take forever, and there's no real reason to ever get to that level. Okay, so no other items. So that's the Pantheon. It's kind of cool. You can check it out to see just different people's achievements and stuff. Just don't be surprised if it turns into just being full of people who clearly cheated. It's how it was before, so I'm sure that's how it'll end up again. That's no big deal. It's not. It doesn't affect anything whatsoever, but it's a little sad, I guess. Alright, so the last thing we should have to do is talk to the Maiden in Black one more time. And then we'll be ending the video, because we're at an hour. Down, 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 down. And down again.
Brave soul, for whom death is no fear. Prithee, lull the old one back to its ancient slumber.
Alright. Eye stones briefly connect diffused worlds. Should you lose your physical form, remember the Eye Stone. The Maiden in Black manipulates souls with inhuman prowess. Her strength allows her to aid slayers of demons. So let's read the Eye Stones first. So we got the Blue Eye Stone and the White Eye Stone. Leave soul sign to help other worlders and send phantoms home or return to own world. Blue Eye Stone. Proof the Monumental recognizes you as a true demon slayer. In death, your body is lost, and you assume soul form. Only then can this be used to leave a soul sign. The soul sign is projected to countless disparate worlds, where you can be summoned as a phantom. Help the host defeat a demon to restore your corporeal form. And when it says defeat a demon, it means a boss, not just any demon. White Eye Stone. A white mirror image of the other Eye Stones, has the power to control summoning and send phantoms back to their original worlds, but without resurrecting their bodies. Also allows you to return to your own world from a world to which you were summoned as a phantom, only without resurrecting your body. So, the Blue Eye Stone lets you do co-op, the White Eye Stone lets you return from co-op or send people home before beating a boss. That's it. It just disconnects the co-op or whatever. It does not work on invaders, though. Just know that. You can't, like, if you get invaded, you can't just use the White Eye Stone to get rid of them. It only works on co-op phantoms.
What is it? Seekest thou the power of souls?
Seek soul power? Yes.
Of course. After all, thou requirest strength. Go ahead. Touch the demon inside me. Let these vagabond souls become thine own.
I know there are those who like doing level 1, or in this case level 4 runs. I have no interest in that. I never find it fun. Yes, it's challenging and could be cool, but I like using the mechanics in the game, and I like watching my character grow stronger through their perseverance and hard work.
Myself, I'm only here to tend to each flame. I keep the candles lit and serve the brave demon slayers who are trapped here. I keep the candles lit serve the brave.
And I can see from a, like, if you're doing a roleplay standpoint, not wanting to level up because you think that manipulating the souls will taint you or something, but our character has stronger mind of themselves than that, and stronger faith in themselves than that, and know that all it's going to do is strengthen them. It's not going to manipulate them in any way. They're not so weak-willed. Alright, so seek soul power. So this is how you level up. So you use souls to gain levels and increase your stats. So we'll read what each stat does, and then we'll do our first couple of level ups, and then we'll end the video. So Vitality increases maximum HP and item burden. So if you want more to carry more items, increase your Vitality, and you'll also get more health to boot. Intelligence increases maximum MP and magic memory. This makes me super happy because most of the spells I want to use just do like a flat boost. So like enchant weapon and the one that gives you defense. I don't believe they scale in any way. They just give a flat boost. So I just need the magic memory and the MP to cast them and memorize them. I don't necessarily need to increase my magic stat. So I'm glad that magic memory is attached to intelligence rather than magic. Endurance enhances stamina, equip burden, and some resistances. Strength increments overall attack power for each hand. So that's kind of weird. So if you're using a weapon that scales with dex and not strength, I don't believe increasing strength is still... I don't think it'll still give you attack power, but according to this, it supposedly would. We'd have to test it at some point. Dexterity strengthens physical defense and damage sustained from falling. So this is kind of unfair. Strength only increases attack power, and I believe it only increases attack power for strength scaling weapons. Like I said, it says that it works for all attack power for each hand, but I don't think that's the case. I think it only does that if using strength-based weapons. Whereas dexterity affects physical defense and your fall damage, and will increase damage with dex scaling weapons. So some of the stats are completely unbalanced and unfair and do more for you than others. It doesn't mean that much. It just is kind of funny. Yeah, like this is why you're going to see a lot of people doing dexterity builds, is because dexterity affects more. And so it's a more efficient skill, or a more efficient attribute to increase. And that's the way with a couple of different attributes. Magic raises magic power. Faith raises miracle power, miracle memory, and magic defense. So again, this seems kind of unfair. If you want to use miracles, if you increase your faith, your miracles will be stronger. You can equip more miracles, and you'll increase your magic defense to boot. Whereas magic just increases magic power. So to use spells, you have to do two different stats to really be effective, because you need the magic memory and you need the damage. Now, technically, you still need to do intelligence with faith, but with faith, if you feel you have enough MP, you can just increase the power of your miracles and equip more miracles and get magic defense by just increasing faith. It's weird. And I think this is why we had more attributes as more Dark Souls games came out, is they realized they needed to spread the boosts between more stats to make things a little more fair. And lastly, luck boosts item discovery and some resistance. So what we're going to start with is I do want to increase strength. Strength is the primary stat I want to focus on. So you can see it's not going to greatly increase our weapons damage yet, mainly because we don't have anything that greatly scales off of strength. But the nice thing is, because we're leveling up, we also get some physical defense. It just comes from the level. It's not from strength directly, because if we leveled something else up, like let's say we increase endurance, you'll still see our defense go up. So I'm going to increase strength first. I want to get this to 20, I think. And then we're going to increase our endurance as much as we can, which it looks like we can get. So it looks like we're getting, what is that, 9 levels? Yeah, we can get 9 levels. So we'll take strength to 20, endurance to 14. We'll have a little more stamina, some more equip burden, not much, but a little more equip burden. And our physical strength will be a bit higher. And once we actually get some strength scaling going, we'll be in better shape. But this is what we're going to start with. So we'll go ahead and confirm there. Use up most of our souls. Geez, 7,317 souls. And then we'll be left with, what, 757 afterwards or something like that? Yep. All right. So we are now level 13. We're a bit stronger than we were a little bit ago. I don't think she has any more dialogue even after leveling up, but let's check.
I keep the candles lit.
Yeah, no. Okay.
Art thou finished? May thy strength help the will be mended.
Okay, so that's all we're going to do there. In the next video, we'll be moving on to a different archstone. We'll be checking out a new area. I'm pretty excited about that. And we'll probably also maybe upgrade our weapon. Because I think we're going to stick with the longsword for a bit. But we'll handle that in the next video. We'll chat about it then. So for now, thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. You can also subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell icon to get email updates when I upload new videos. And of course, you can leave any comments or suggestions in the area below the video. I've also left my Twitch and Twitter links in the description. That way you can check out those platforms if you wish. However, that is all I have for you today. So thank you so much for watching. And as usual, this is Xephyr, signing out.